Meet the most disrespected, underrated player right now. If the Cleveland Cavaliers traded Colin Sexton, they make 0 cents. Let's be real. Colin Sexton is one of the best Cleveland Cavaliers players to come in a very long time in this franchise since LeBron James. That's a huge compliment for him, and that's a huge compliment for the Cleveland Cavaliers actually doing a good job in drafting good players like him and Darius Garland and Isaac Okoro. Sadly, of course, they did let go of Kevin Porter, and we all know what he's doing in Houston and how special of a player he can become one day. But looking at the future still for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they have a very, very bright future. But obviously, I don't know if you've been hearing reports about Colin Sexton possibly being traded away. And in my opinion, this is the most dumbest thing that the Cleveland Cavaliers could ever do. They already got rid of Kevin Porter Jr., and that was already a bad move. And now getting rid of Colin Sexton would be even a worse move, because this guy right now is already one of the best players, young and upcoming players in the entire NBA. He's very underrated. Many people don't even know who Colin Sexton is. But what he provides for the Cleveland Cavaliers is amazing. He's a scorer. And this is what, I've heard that rumors have been talking about for Colin Sexton with him in Cleveland, is that he's selfish and he doesn't pass the ball, and that he's just overall not the best teammate to have on your team. But when you look at Darius Garland, that's something that he mostly provides for this team, and that is his facilitating. He's averaging around 6 assists per game, while Colin Sexton is only averaging around 4.1 assists per game. And Colin Sexton also, of course, has the highest usage percentage on this team with a 29.7%, which is pretty high. Looking at Colin Sexton's development throughout his NBA career, already in his third season, he's averaging 24.3 points per game. He's averaging 4.4 assists, and he's shooting around 81% from the free throw line, and his field goal percentage is 47%, which is very efficient from the field. And his three-pointing percent is 37% as well. And looking at his numbers from his rookie season, he was averaging 17 points per game. Then the next season after that, he was averaging 21 points per game, and now 24. I'm constantly seeing constant improvement from Colin Sexton. And, the same goes for all the other great guys who they have on the team, like Darius Garland. And I believe that he's going to develop into a really talented player, just like Colin Sexton. But Colin Sexton is already an all-star caliber player. And it doesn't make any sense that the Cleveland Cavaliers trade him away. You look at the Cavaliers, of course, they're going to have to re-sign Jared Allen because he's a very important piece, and he's already one of the best young and upcoming centers in the NBA, and what all he provides for the team, they're going to have to re-sign him. And they also are going to have to re-sign Colin Sexton, of course. They're going to have to re-sign him if they decide to. Of course, they have that third pick, and there's rumors about him getting traded away, to the Knicks or even the Lakers or many teams that are interested in getting Colin Sexton. You also have Kevin Love still on the books, and he's still good at making over $60 million. So, the Cleveland Cavaliers are definitely going to have to figure out some things on this roster. But if there's one thing that I will definitely do, and that's re-signing Colin Sexton. He is the most important piece around this team for their future. So, it wouldn't make perfect sense at all for him to be traded away. If you look at his work ethic and what all he's improved on his game consistently every single year, why would you want to trade a guy away like that? Even coming into the league, people were saying that he wasn't supposed to be a great three-point shooter, but he turned out to be a very good three-point shooter, shooting well over 30% from the field from the three-point line. So it just kind of bothers me that the Cleveland Cavaliers and rumors have even gotten out about this, that he should be traded away, or that his teammates thinks that he's quote-unquote selfish. It just makes 0 sense to me. Obviously, they know things that none of us know, but when you look at Colin Sexton and his overall talent, it just blows my mind that he's in all these trade rumors. It just blows me. When you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers in their future with Darius Garland and Colin Sexton in the backcourt, those two are going to have a really great pairing together, and they have already shown that. This team can make the playoffs within the next few years. You also have Isaac Okoro, who's still going to develop into a great player, a great defender. You have Jared Allen, as I said before, and you still have a great amount of good players like Cedi Osman on the roster. So the Cleveland Cavaliers definitely have a lot of young talent. They've drafted really well. They've done a good job, actually, after getting rid of LeBron James. I believe that Colin Sexton will be re-signed by the Cleveland Cavaliers. I believe that they will give him that extension because, it just makes 0 sense that they wouldn't give him an extension. just looking at his overall impact. And, you know, many people, as I said before, they don't really know much about Colin Sexton because of, well, he's in Cleveland. Nobody really cares what goes on in Cleveland right now, only if LeBron James was there. But I believe Colin Sexton and what he can do for this Cleveland Cavaliers team, they're going to be in a good situation in a few years. Just watch. And we're going to be talking about him and his overall impact. He's going to be an all-star. He's going to be one of the best players in the NBA, and really, he already is one of the best young point guards in the NBA. But with that third pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers, you know, there's many variety of options that they can do with that pick. You know, there has been rumors about them trading Colin Sexton or, you know, drafting another guard and trading him away, you know. But the future, you know, if they do decide to trade Colin Sexton, obviously they're building around Darius Garland. And Darius Garland, he's a very talented player. I'll give him credit where credit's due. He's a very gifted, talented player. He already has the record for the most three-pointers, the fastest amount, you know, for a Cleveland Cavaliers player by setting over 200 threes. He's a very talented, gifted player, a great playmaker. He's a great scorer. He has a lot of room to still grow. Overall, though, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, what they can do with that third pick is a variety of things. They can trade it down, or they can trade for another big asset on their team. They can do many things, but I believe that the number one priority for the Cleveland Cavaliers, what they should do right now, is getting rid of Kevin Love. Kevin Love is making a lot of money, and he has not really played to that level of contract that he's been given. I mean, really, ever since LeBron James, you know, came to Cleveland and they acquired Kevin Love, he really hasn't been the same player ever since. You know, his role was reduced, but he's still playing at that still same level, if not even worse. And he doesn't even want to be there himself anyway. But Colin Sexton, I believe he will get that extension. I believe all these rumors will die down because, well, you know, he's a very, very, very good young and upcoming player. And this Cleveland Cavaliers team has a very bright future still with him on this roster. And, you know, their backcourt and front court. And they have a lot of great players at many good positions. So we will see what happens, though, overall. But I hope you guys enjoyed this brief video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content each and every single week. Have a good day. Peace.